Hello and welcome to When the Smoke Clears. Um, like all my other videos, my podcast, we always want to start off the cast with a shout out to the addict who still suffers. With this serenity prayer, take a moment of silence and think about those who still suffer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, well, let's get started. Uh, Today is a gloomy day. It's raining outside, but I'm here to still, get the message out. I feel that that's my service work. It's something that I'm called to do and something that I need to do. I've been affected by drugs and alcohol my whole life, and know that it doesn't always have to be that way. Just to give you a little insight of how my day has gone. I got a call today, and it wasn't very good news. But my girlfriend for the past 5 years has been admitted to the hospital. She is septic. She's got blood poisoning. Her kidneys are failing. Um, her liver. Just doesn't look good for her right now. And unfortunately, she's still an addict who uses and who just isn't ready to stop. She's a heroin addict, and I'm just sad today about that because as much as I asked her to stop, as much as I, encouraged her to let's go get some help, she wasn't ready. And unfortunately, when for addicts like us, sometimes you could be getting it right in front of you and you still don't see it. The smoke still hasn't cleared for you. That's why I keep spreading the message. That's why I pray that the smoke will clear for somebody. Unfortunately, it hasn't cleared for her. And just keep her in your prayers, if you would. As I always keep her in mind. And not only hers, but all the addicts, everybody who I don't even know. But I wanted to read something from the NA book, Narcotics Anonymous. Here it is, this book right here. It's the NA book. It's the Narcotics Anonymous book, you see that? But I'll read something from the How It Works chapter. And then we'll go over it and kind of review, give you my input on what I think it means. It says here, there is one thing more than anything else that will defeat us in our recovery. This is an attitude of indifference or tolerance or intolerance towards spiritual principles. 3 of these that are indispensable are honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. With these, we are well on our way. We feel that our approach to the disease of addiction is completely realistic, for the therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. We feel that our way is practical, for one addict can best understand and help another addict. We believe that the sooner we face our problems within our society in everyday living, just that much faster do we become acceptable, responsible, and a productive member of that society. The only way to keep from returning to active addiction, is not to take that first step, is not to take that first drug. I'm sorry. If you are like us, you know that one is too many and 1,000 never enough. We put great emphasis on this. We know that when we use drugs in any form or substitute one for another, we release our addiction all over again. Thinking of alcohol is different from other drugs has caused a great many addicts to relapse. Before we came to NA, many of us viewed alcohol separately, but we cannot afford to be confused about this. Alcohol is a drug. We are people with the disease of addiction. We are people with the disease of addiction who must abstain from all drugs in order to recover. And that's is read from the How It Works in chapter 4. If you can see that right there. How It Works, chapter 4. Anyway, let's review that. Gosh, I am having a hard time believing that people are just lost out there without any direction. I mean, they literally feel that there is no other way out except to go find another hit, to go open up another bottle. And I just don't think that there's enough being done to reach out to people, because I believe that a lot of addicts that are out there are, I believe that they just feel alone, like they got there's no way to get out of the hole that they're in. I've been down that road. I've had days where I was like just down on my luck, thinking that there was just no way anything is going to get better than what it is right now. And spending hours just thinking and crying and talking to my higher power, like, how did I wind up here? How did this happen? What did I do so bad that in my life that I am here right now? Why am I going through this? Why me? And it's like, I can tell you this, that those kind of things, those kind of words, those kind of prayers, those kind of anger issues, or whatever it is that are speaking to someone out there as a higher power, are not only coming out of my mouth. Thousands and thousands of people are thinking like that. Thousands and thousands of people say those things, not only here in San Antonio, Texas, but around the country, in rural areas, big cities, even in other continents, Mexico, in South America, in China, in Russia, in France, Spain, Italy, you name it, even in Western Samoa, Fiji, all these places, there's somebody there who is addicted to alcohol or addicted to drugs, and wondering how their life had become unmanageable, how their life had gotten to a point of this darkness, and what can they do to get out of it? How can somebody help them? How can somebody help me? know that when I went to my first treatment center back in 2005, I stayed clean for 9 years. And because of this book here, and because of going to meetings regularly, I was able to stay sober for 9 years. And once I stopped that, I relapsed. Simple as that. Why did I relapse? Because I thought that I can do it again. Manageable. I mean, I considered myself a managing addict for years. I mean, and ultimately, it put me exactly where this book tells you it's going to put you. It tells you you're either going to wind up in institutions, in jail, or death. Right now, I'm in an institution. Right now, my girlfriend's lying in the hospital on her deathbed. Now, rewind our life a little bit back. How could we have prevented this? Well, I'll tell you how. Just hypothetically speaking, if we would have did what Nancy Reagan was telling the whole country to do, is just say no. Just hypothetically speaking, if had her and I met and not used drugs, if drugs were out of the equation and us two meeting, where would we be? Would I be sitting here in this institution talking to you? Would she be at the hospital on her deathbed? I think not. We would be in a totally different situation. We would be in, quote unquote, with regular people in the regular world. See, for us, our world is not regular, and we aren't regular people. We're people with a disease. And the only way that people with our disease deal with it is to use alcohol and drugs. Because that's what our mind is telling us. That's what our mind tells us that makes us feel better. Temporarily, obviously, and not always a good result. Never a good result, that's for sure. You might get a good result for a few seconds, a few minutes, but other than that, you're done. You're going to wind up, like the book said, institution, jail, or death. And I just wanted to make it aware, makes people aware. I wanted to share my story today of how my day went today and the news that I got, because that is real. I'm talking real life here. This is not some made up story. This is not a Hollywood story. This is a couple, a real life couple in San Antonio, Texas, whose lives had become unmanageable through alcohol and or drugs. And I would encourage people to, if you're in recovery, I'd encourage you to maybe talk to one or two more people today, tomorrow, the week to come. Challenge you to make it a point to at least tell somebody, hey, somebody cares. Maybe give out an innate book. Maybe, run around to you see homeless people under the bridge or something. Encourage yourself to go out there and maybe, take a couple of these books and hand them out if you can. Even a couple of Bibles. Take them, hand them out. Let people know that there's programs out there, there's help, there's people who care, that they're not here alone. That just because it may seem like it's just at the bottom of the pit and endless and it's just you can't come out of it, tell them that there's a light that's shining at that rung, the bottom of that ladder. All they got to do is put their first foot on that first rung and start to climb. It's not going to be easy by any means. It's not going to be a short climb. For some people it is. For some people the climb is long. That ladder is a long ladder. But so long as you keep one hand on one rung, one hand on the rail, and one hand and one foot on the ladder, you'll eventually make it out. You keep a 3-point contact on that ladder. Percentages of you falling off that ladder are slim to none. I can guarantee you that. Just like it says here, the 3 points of contact on that ladder is not going to get you to fall. It's going to support you, it's going to hold you, it's going to give you enough time to get that other leg up, that rung, so that you can get your other hand up the rung. Keep going and going and going and going until you get out. And just like these 3 things that are here in this book, it says 3 of these things here that are indispensable are the honesty, the open-mindedness, and the willingness. You have to have honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness to keep yourself going up that ladder of sobriety and recovery. That ladder is your recovery. Now, how you go about to getting up to that next rung is going to determine how soon and how long you get to recovery and stay in recovery. You're not going to get rid of the disease by any means. That's not what we do here. That's not what our program is about. Our program is about adapting and knowing how to live a daily life with a disease without using drugs and alcohol. There's a lot of people who stayed sober and who are still in recovery years and years and years and years. And they spread the message. And they're still sober today because they spread the message. They're doing the work. And that's part of what they do. And that's part of what this program is about. This program isn't a discriminative program by any means. Understand that. This program, because this disease isn't discriminatory. It affects anyone and everybody. Race, creed, color, religion, I don't care who you are, where you come from. There's people just like you who have this disease, and they don't know how to get out of it. They don't know how to stop it. Especially now, this disease is getting spread like wildfire. With the drugs that they have now, are just addicting people, and they're just on and on and on and on, just multiplying by the thousands, and it's just crazy. But again, the smoke cleared for me today, and the form and fashion of a phone call with my ex-girlfriend on the other end of the line, on her deathbed at the hospital, her body's shutting down. She's dying. I don't know if she's gonna be gone today, tomorrow, the next day. I have no idea. Or maybe she pulls through. I don't know, but I'm not there. I'm in an institution right now. All I can do is pray and spread the message. I hope somebody hears me today. I hope somebody listens to this today, because people are dying out there from drugs and alcohol. People are dying with a disease that they don't even know they have. People are using or addicted, thinking that there's no way out, thinking that there's no help, thinking that they don't even know if today's their last day. But I'd like to just close with a prayer, and maybe a few last words. Moment of silence. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Well, I'd like to leave you with these words. Don't let it be too late for you or for somebody you know. That when the smoke clears, that they're there with you, healthy and sober. Let them know about this podcast. Maybe, forward it to them, let them hear it. And I'm just grateful to be here to share with you and to be sober. My name is Joel. Until my next episode of When the Smoke Clears, we'll see you. Good night.